Well, hello everyone. I'm John Victor Jacobson, and this here is Toby Doodle. Yes, he is. And we're going to take a walk down the east lake of the Clark Reservoir. And we're on the north side of the east lake, which is the right side of the spillway here. And they want to run a trail that's 12 feet wide right through here. And this runs right behind people's homes where they enjoy their privacy. Come on, Toby. Come on. Let's go. He's sniffing around. We're going a different way than we normally go. But now, over time, people have encroached beyond their property line into these areas. But some of the property lines run right up into this area. And so far, they don't have to cut any trees down to put a trail here. But what I would do, if it were up to me, is I would take right here and put a floating walkway right out here and start it and run it all the way up. Because you can't run this trail where people have their pools in their backyard. And look at all this wildlife here. Now, the floating walkway won't really bother these guys too much because they have access back behind them and they know how to get out of the water over there. You could start your floating walkways actually right here would be a better spot. And then run it all the way up to the parkway. But we're going to take the trail that they want to put here. And look, there's a little squirrel. Hey, little buddy, come on. Okay, now we're just going to continue on. We might see some wildlife. This resi's looking really foul. Oh boy. I'm going to have to take my drone up later on. But look, there's people's backyards. There's little bunny rabbits here. Toby's doing a good job. You don't want to run a trail through here. You'd have to cut these trees down and their roots and everything, their root systems over here. Uh-oh, Toby's doing his business. Okay, we're gonna stop right there. Okay, so look over here. Look how foul this reservoir is. They have to aerate it. They just have to do it. If they don't do it, it's gonna end up just like this again. Large lake aeration is not very costly. It's a very inexpensive way to keep the water oxygenated and moving in a dammed up system. You have to do it. There's no other way to do it but to do it with large lake aeration. For its upkeep and maintenance, whenever you dam up a system, you have to aerate it, because if you don't, this is what you get. That's just a fact. All right, so let's go, Toby. We're gonna keep on moving. And putting floating walkways in the water allows the animals these greenways that they need to move back and forth. And it gives the people a spectacular view of the wildlife that's out here. There is a lot of wildlife out here, let me tell you. The bird life here is amazing. And with the aeration, you'll have a 10-fold increase in aquatic life, which will bring more birds of prey. The geese will be here during the winter, probably about 800 animals in the resi here at a time, sometimes more, sometimes less. And Toby is really liking this walk. And you can't put these walkways right behind people's homes like this. There's pools here and there's kids, and it's just an invasion of privacy. That's what backyards are for. They're for people to have their private yards, and they put up their fences to maintain their privacy. So putting walkways in the water here is a better way to do it. So we're gonna go all the way up to Bartell Park. And I'm gonna put this on YouTube because it needs to be shared with the proper authorities at Union County. And we're talking about the county managers, we're talking about the business manager, we're talking about Sal Bonacorso, our mayor. God bless him, I love that guy. And here we go. This is new. But what you do is right here at these dead-end streets, you have an access point to the floating walkways in the water there. Every dead-end street, you could have one of those. You really don't want to put a great big wide mess through here. You just don't. You ruin the greenways for the animals. You just ruin it. And you destroy all these trees. Putting up bridges. I saw bridges here on some of the maps. But put the float walkways down here in the water. Put them down here. I'm going to keep saying that until somebody does it. Well, there's another dead-end street to the right coming up. You could put a ramp or a stairway down to the floating walkways in the water there. And I've never seen the Resi look so foul. Oh boy, if it doesn't rain soon, that green stuff, it just really stinks too. It's foul. It's hydrogen sulfide, methane gas, fecal bacteria, cyanobacteria. It's just a concoction of stuff that's unhealthy for you to breathe. You don't want to run a trail through here. You just don't. I mean, a 12-foot trail, that's what they want to do. All right, here we come. We're coming out again. And we're gonna go back over into here. Come on, Toby. I'm just gonna stay on this little pathway that people use to walk their dogs or just to get and commune with nature. Now, I don't think walking on a 12-foot wide pathway is a good idea to commune with nature. And now I'm looking for a way out. It's about 30 or 40 feet down from here. I think we're gonna go back out here this way. I haven't been this way in a long time, but I feel the need to show what it looks like so that the people of Clark, New Jersey and the people of Union County can see it. Come on, Toby. All right. So this forest over here is a greenway. A greenway is a pathway for animals to go back and forth, to find mates, to find food, to live their lives and earn a living. And there's our little bunny rabbit. Yes, sir, there he goes. And we got lots of rabbits around here. And the raptors love rabbits. And we got some red-tailed hawks around here. And we got a bald eagle somewhere on the far end of the Resi. And every once in a while, he comes up where I live. There's another bunny rabbit. We're gonna go up to Bartell Park and then we're gonna cut this off. So Toby's having a good old time. He likes it. Come on, Toby. All right. So there might be a pathway in there, but I'm not going in there. I want to go on the pathway on the water so I can enjoy the water and the wildlife that's there. With aeration, you get a 10-fold increase in aquatic life, and that'll give you a huge increase in endangered species and rare bird life. You know, the blue herons and the egrets will increase. And there's a deer. Oh boy, there's a deer, see? We got deer using the greenway right there ahead of us. This is pretty cool. And I like this camera mount that's around my neck. This thing is really good. It's one of the best investments I made. And I've gotten lots of camera mounts. And there we go. Hey mama, there's a doe. And she's probably got a fawn around here. I see 2 deer. Hello. Yes, how are you today? Would you like some corn? Would you like some corn? Huh? Look. Yeah, come on. Come on. You want some corn? I think she wants some corn. I got my 360 camera here too, in case we run into any wildlife that we could feed and film. But this little mama here is doing all right, and there's another one over here. I don't know, I think it's her fawn, but I don't know where it is. Let's see. There it is. Yeah, that's a little Bambi deer over there. There she goes. Okay. All right, and away we go. Come on, Toby. It's always nice to run into wildlife, and when you come out early in the morning, you will find it in the right places. These greenways, those are the right places. Oh my goodness, there's 2 in the bush over there. 2 more, look at that. See, we got deer all over the place. Running a path here is a bad idea. Running it in the water is a good idea. I will say it and say it and say it until my balls turn blue. Now here's a little trail. We're not going to go any further than this, but we're just going to come out here and take a look. Oh my gosh, there's a buck. Look at that, there's a fawn. Yeah, look at this. We got lots of deer here. So let's put the walkways right down there in the water so people can really enjoy them. Look at how high we are now. We're about 50 or 60 feet above the resi. And this little trail runs through here. We're not going to go any further this way or that way because of all these deer that are here. There's a lot of deer. All right, we're done with this, okay? Yeah, baby. Hoo-wee. All right, you stay here, Toby. Stay here. Okay? Got lots of deer here. Yeah, we got Bambi deer, 1, 2, 3. And we've got this buck here. And some does. Yes, we do. And they're looking good. You see, these animals, you just can't run a path through their home. This is where they earn a living. This is where they live. We are the invasive species. Put the walkways in the water and leave these guys alone. They could be viewed easily from the water. Yeah, baby. Hoo-wee. Look at that. Isn't that special? Yeah. Okay, so let's take a closer look at these animals. I use this remote camera to get a better look at the wildlife that's here. And this guy's gonna come up and he's gonna boop my camera. Yep, he's gonna boop my camera. But walkways in the water would be a spectacular addition to the Union County Park system. It would be seen from the parkway. You would see those floating walkways from the parkway. And people would want to come and experience that. The wildlife that's there, the actual being out there with nature in the middle of suburbia. We don't want to be invasive here with these walkways. We want to put them in the water. We want to keep them off the land as much as possible and give people an experience like you will never see in Union County. This is the largest body of fresh water in Union County, and it needs to be rehabilitated properly, and it needs to be turned into parkland responsibly. And putting these 12-foot wide pathways is not responsible. It's not responsible for the animals, their greenways, and their families. These are family groups, just like we have. We are the invasive species, not them. We, the human race, have overtaken all their land. And now they have these very small greenways to go back and forth, earn a living, and find mates. So that's me over there on the left, me and Toby. And we're just keeping an eye on our camera there and our deer family. And just look at all them deer. I knew they were in here, and I've been looking for them for a while, and I haven't come back here for a long time. But they're doing really well. It looks like they look healthy. I don't see any major deer ticks on them. I wonder if there's a treatment for deer ticks. But anyway, walkways in the water would just benefit everyone. They would be less costly, less invasive. The access with the ramps like they have down in Cape May, I should add those in there and show you what they look like. And I'm going to add in at the end what the walkways might look like if it was done right, if it was done responsibly. We can do that. But I'm going to throw this up on YouTube. I'm going to share this with the Union County Commissioners and all the people that control the money and the decision-making power in our county that will make the right decision to include this in their new proposal. And just look at these little Bambi deers. Every year I get to experience these guys out in the wild where I walk Toby, right here at Bartell Park, over in the Hazelwood Forest, and sometimes at Oak Ridge Park, and hopefully soon at the St. Agnes Park. And I would like to call it the Mimi Rogers Park, named after Mimi Rogers, who came up with the name the Clark Wildlife Preserve and Habitat, and that's where these animals live, in the Clark Wildlife Preserve and Habitat. Let's preserve their habitat. Why don't we do that? I say, yeah, let's do that. Yeah, baby. And then let me show you some of the walkways at the end here. I hope you can stick with me long enough to see some of those walkways. Yeah, I'm going to save them for the end. And I would also include hydroelectric at the dam site, only because it's a way to pay for the electricity and the aeration system. And it would also show that we are responsibly using this waterway to produce energy that we are starving for all the time. And it's cleanest way to put, and it's cheap, maybe $250,000 to put in a hydroelectric system. $250,000 to put in the aeration system. That's $500,000 of the $43 million that the county has to spend on this rehabilitation. So let's do this responsibly, and let's give these animals a break and not hunt them so often. So now we're going to take a look from the air. Are you ready? Here we go. So if you put these walkways in the water, look how foul that resi looks. Oh, it's the sickest waterway in America. You start right down here and you bring that water, floating walkways all the way up to Bartel Park, all the way up to the Parkway. Let's do that. And let's aerate this system. Let's do it the way it's supposed to be done. And I would suggest 5 aeration stones, requiring 1 industrial compressor to operate. And it has to be accessed probably at Bartel Park, where they do have electricity there. I say that's a good idea. And you could make these zigzag pathways down to the floating walkways from the land, because you're about 40 feet up from at Bartel Park from the water line. So this is what a floating or waterborne walkway might look like. It has railings, it's wide enough for ADA requirements, and it allows people access to this beautiful reservoir system. So from the ground, this is what a waterborne walkway would look like, or a floating walkway, if you will. And it would have bump outs, and here's how you would access them with these wheelchair accessible zigzags like they have here in Cape May. And let's give these animals a break. Let's preserve their greenways. Let's put these things in the water, and let's save the Clark Reservoir. Yeah, baby. Hoo-wee! Bink.